And welcome to the NFL Pro Picks segment with Turnpike Sports, powered by Betfred Sports. This is the divisional round of the playoffs. I'm Doug Weishuttle here with Dave Weishuttle. We're here to give you our best bets for the upcoming divisional round playoff weekend.
By the way, we both did great last week. Was it
3-0 each. 3-0 each.
Undefeated week.
By the way, great games too.
Yeah.
Other than the Monday night game, that was surprising.
Yeah.
What Dallas did to Tampa Bay. Really, Dallas seems to fall apart in the playoffs. They're trying to make a statement, I guess, with what happened there. But we had some really, really good games.
Yeah.
And I think we saw a complete blueprint of how a coach should fire themselves with that San Diego game.
That was ridiculous.
Los Angeles Charger game, not San Diego.
Like I said, that loss began in the last week of the regular season when he played all his starters
for no reason.
No reason. Staley has to be gone. I mean, I don't. If he lost from all reports, he lost the. Not only did he lose the game, but he lost the locker room too. So there's a lot of problems in San Diego. I almost said. I said San Diego. Oh, my God.
Too.
Los Angeles. Los Angeles Chargers.
I think with what just happened over the last couple of weeks, Los Angeles wants them to go back to San Diego. But again,
San Diego Chargers. I knew I was going to do that.
Yeah, I did it too. I still want to call them the San Diego Superchargers.
Yeah.
So back in the 70s. But again, great weekend of football.
Yep.
And by the way, it should have been a great week of football because they were really good teams that were there. Yeah. And also we saw Minnesota get exposed. That 11-0 or 11-1, whatever it was, that 11-win record against one-score games. That was very much in kind of questionable going in whether or not they were actually a good team. They got lucky 11 times.
I don't know about luck. I mean, when you win that many games, that's beyond luck. They have talent. They have talent, but
Okay, how about this? This is the word I would apply to their season. It was an anomaly.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was strange. It was a very strange. That whole team just felt strange watching it. It's just and again, how long can they sustain playing like that?
And also, you had Kirk Cousins coming up small in a big spot.
Yeah,
he threw a 2-yard pass when he needed 8 yards. I never will understand that last play they did.
Yeah,
but again, we're here, divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Turnpike Sports Pro Football Picks, powered by Betfred Sports. 4 games this weekend. As we usually do, we use the Tuesday lines from Betfred Sports, and we pick 3 games each. Mm-hmm. We do spread bets or totals. We do not do money lines.
Money lines I leave for my parlays.
I don't know. I actually mixed in on a private betting side. I actually mixed in a spread with money lines for parlays.
Oh, okay.
So I actually did both on both days, Saturday and Sunday. Okay. I didn't touch that Monday night game. I did a player prop parlay. I didn't touch the game itself. I
found before it happened was I had Tampa Bay +3, and I lost that one.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were going to make a game of it, but they did not.
They did recover that onside kick at the end, which was very interesting.
I'm very curious, and I kind of doved into one of my picks. I wonder if the Dallas line was an overreaction because I was very surprised with the Dallas line. But I'll get to it. That's one of my games. I'm teasing that a little bit.
Okay, well, I just explained our weekly rules here, and let's head on over into the divisional round with our first game of the week. First game for me is the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. The Chiefs are an 8.5-point favorite. There's an over-under of 52. Jacksonville last week accomplished not just one of the best comebacks in the playoffs or the current season, but one of the best ones in NFL history.
Yeah. By the way, I had Jacksonville last week.
So did I.
Yeah.
So did I.
So.
It's just to me, like I said at the top of the segment here. Jacksonville demonstrated how to fire a coach. I don't know if it was more Jacksonville or San Diego, but neither here nor there.
You said San Diego.
I did say San Diego.
See?
I can't help it.
Los Angeles.
Okay, I'm going to say Chargers from now on.
Chargers, yeah.
Well, I don't have to say it anymore for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So. But it was the second time in 3 games the Jaguars scored 31 or more points. It was the 4th time in their last 6 that they've scored 31 or more points. They've got a 6-game winning streak coming into Kansas City. Chiefs are 7-1 against the spread in their last 9 home games. In the season series or the historical meetings, the road team is 3-1-1 against the spread in their last 5. And Kansas City, surprisingly, is 2-4-1 this season as a home favorite.
Yeah.
And when you look at the actual total here, the under is 5-1 in the Chiefs' last 6 home games, which means the Chiefs don't score a lot at home. They score more on the road for some reason. But this may be an opportunity for Jacksonville to stay close, especially with an 8.5-point spread. I'm doing Jacksonville plus 8.5.
Those stats, I saw all of those stats, and that's what made this difficult game for me to analyze and things like that. But I just went back to November 13th, the last time these two teams played each other. The Chiefs won 27-17. Granted, Jacksonville wasn't playing well that time of year, but look, the Chiefs didn't play well during that game. They turned the ball over 3 times, and I don't think the Chiefs will do that. And I like the Chiefs in this one because they're playing in Arrowhead Stadium. I mean, that place is going to be amazing, and I think the Chiefs are getting together. Andy Reid said, the team played the way they should last week, and the team came together last week, and the team is coming together at the perfect time. And I expect the Chiefs to play a game and with a score the same as November 13th, 27-17. I like the Chiefs and laying the points.
Going head-to-head on this one.
Yeah.
All right, let's head on over to the second game of the week. Second game of the week, the Cincinnati Bengals are visiting the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo's favored by 5. There's a total of 50.5 points, the over-under 50.5. We've got the Bengals coming in. They're riding 9 straight games of winning, playing a Buffalo team that really just doesn't look as good as they did at the beginning of the season here.
They look very mortal.
Yes.
I mean, it's just Josh Allen is making some terrible turnovers. It's just awful. I mean,
uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs. So, he really doesn't turn the ball over in the playoffs. I think he had, 3 interceptions?
They looked unbeatable the first month of the season. Yeah. Now, they look incredibly beatable.
What was really worrisome to me is they needed all 60 minutes to beat a Dolphin team led by a third-string quarterback and a rookie head coach.
By the way, let's not crown the Bengals either. If not for that very weird play last week, they were in danger of losing that game last week.
But here we've got a Bills team that's 3-5 against the spread as a home favorite this season. The underdog in this series is 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 meetings. And here, how about this one? The Bills are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 playoff games. Mm-hmm. I just don't think the Bills are the Bills right now. And maybe they're emotionally spent from what happened with Hamlin and coming back, beating the Patriots and then the Dolphins. Maybe things will change, but right now, as I see it, I'm going with Cincinnati plus 5.
Yeah, I know. I like Cincinnati in this one, too. The one thing about the Bengals is they cover. Check this out. They are 12-3-1 against the spread in their last 16 games against a team with a winning record. And let's do the whole road game scenario. The last 53 road games, they're 36-7 against the spread. They keep the games close, and I think this is going to be the game of the week because it's going to be very close until the very. I'm expecting a field goal the final seconds of this game, so I like the Cincinnati Bengals in this at least to cover and maybe to even outright win.
Okay, well let's head on over the last game of the divisional round. Game number 3, I went with the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles game. Philly's favored by 7.5. There's an over-under of 48 right now. Again, this line will probably change by the time kickoff rolls around, especially, I still don't think Jalen Hurts is 100% health-wise, and I really am concerned about that. The Giants are 5-0 against the spread over their last 5 games. What can you say about Brian Daboll? He is probably one of the favorites, if not the favorite, for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, sure.
He has done an amazing job, and also Daniel Jones, a lot of people got to apologize to him because he's playing lights out this year. They didn't offer him a contract. I think that may change after this.
He looked better against that terrible Minnesota defense.
Yes.
Just to throw that out there a little bit.
Yes. Well, he also looked good all season long. He was running better. He was making better decisions. And I wonder if that's more Dayball's effect, because I remember him way back when he first started. He was also a quarterback's coach, and he did a lot of good stuff when he was at the Jets. And then, before going over to all these other teams. But, he was with the Patriots too. He was a good quarterback coach everywhere. Right now, the Eagles are 6-3 against the spread as home favorites, but are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games overall. 1-5 against the spread against the Giants in their last 6 in Philly.
Interesting.
You got to like the way the Giants play as an underdog. They're 7-1 against the spread as away dogs. They seem to enjoy being the underdog all season long. The Giants are also 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 road games and 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 versus NFC. Yes, I know. That was stat-filled.
Yeah.
And overly so. But I really, really enjoy watching the Giants play lately. I don't know if they're going to beat the Eagles, but I know that 7.5 is a little too much for me. I'm taking the Giants plus 7.5.
All right, my game is the Dallas Cowboys traveling to the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are 4-point favorites, and the total is 46. This is what I was talking about before. I wonder, I'm shocked it's only 4 points. I mean, I wonder if this is an overreaction to how good the Dallas Cowboys played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But how can you bet against the San Francisco 49ers right now? They're just a great offense, great defense, and I think they're really going to slow down Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense. And like I said, I can't believe it's only 4 points. Get this, the Cowboys. I wanted to. They haven't been the model of consistency all year.
No.
They are 0-3-1 against the spread after a straight up win. So you know what? Good for them. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but now they have to play a team that I think could be in the Super Bowl, and I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to win this by at least a touchdown. Like I said, I'm surprised it's 4. I wonder if this is kind of an overreaction from the how well the Cowboys played against Tampa Bay. But I just love San Francisco. I love that they're only 4 points. I love that they're playing at home. So I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers.
One other thing you got to factor in for that game is you got San Francisco with a day or two of extra rest.
Yeah. I hate that Monday night. I know a lot of people like it and things like that, but I think it's so unfair to the team that has to play Monday nights and then play. It's a short week. It's just terrible.
I think they could have.
It's good for TV, probably good for betting, but it's not good for the team.
But I think they could have restructured that schedule a little bit better, especially given what's going to happen here with a short week for Dallas at least.
And by the way, if the crazy weather in California kind of holds off, who knows?
Yeah. Well, that's our picks for the divisional round. Let's recap for our audience here. Go ahead, Dave.
All right. In the Jacksonville Jaguars and Kansas City game, I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're going to win by more than the 8.5 that the books have. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals against the Buffalo Bills. The Bengals are 5-point underdogs, and I think they're going to cover, if not outright win. And in the Cowboys 49ers game, I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers to cover the 4 points the book has put on them.
And I basically did my own version of a dog day afternoon. I went with the
Are you all underdogs?
Yep, I went underdog Jaguars plus 8.5. The underdog Undercats Cincinnati Bengals plus 5, and I went with the Giants plus 7.5 in all the games, all underdogs. These picks will be put up on the blog as we've been doing all year long in written form. Head on over to turnpikesports.us, click on the blog button. You'll see the picks there. Feel free to comment on them. Info at Turnpike Sports Radio is our email address. You can comment or send in your own picks. Any questions for us, please do so. And also follow us on Twitter at Turnpike Sports, at Turnpike Bets, Facebook at Turnpike Sports, and Instagram at Turnpike Sports Radio.
That'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.